Hey, Pete.
Hey,
It's
how you doing?
Joanne. I'm so glad
Yeah,
you're here.
good
Have a
seeing you
seat. Yeah, we've been out and about.
Yeah,
Looking forward to promoting you. And
absolutely.
I'm a local resident. My name's Joanne, and I've enjoyed getting to know you. And a lot of other people want to know more about you. So
Let's do it.
I wanted to ask a few questions.
Sure.
Yeah, so your name is Pete?
Yeah, Pete Macedo.
Yeah, what brought you to Blacksburg?
Came here for school, and really one of the big reasons that I picked the university was that it had a marching band. It's a big part of my life growing up, and a big part of my community. So to be able to have a school that had options like that was really important to me.
So were you a trumpet player?
Oh, no.
What did you play?
I played tuba.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was in the band for 10 years, all through grad school. And my senior year, I was the executive officer. So it's the largest student-run organization on campus.
By the way, on a side note, are you still involved with the band at all, on any level?
Not so much. I do stay connected with them, and I go to some of their practices and things like that. But yeah,
So you
it's been
came
a
to
while.
Blacksburg for that, and where were you raised?
I grew up in Baltimore mostly, and my family's from New England originally, so we have a lot of ties up that way.
So in the community, how many years have you actually been here?
32 years now.
Wow. Okay. And I understand you were an employee at Virginia Tech on some
Yeah.
level, and that you have your own business now. Can you
Yeah,
tell us about
sure.
that?
Yeah, so I worked at the university with the distance learning programs. So that was my main position there, was an administrative faculty member responsible for professional development. We started out with 4 workshops with maybe 3 people in each, and in the end we had 2 certificate programs that was pulling through about 150 people a year.
Wow.
Yeah. And at the end, I was the director for distance learning and summer sessions. And a lot of sort of our focus was to increase enrollment and revenue at the university without additional physical infrastructure. There's something I think is really important right now.
So would you say that job really embraced leadership skills? Were you in charge?
Sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
we had a department of about 35 people, all different sort of disciplines and things like that. And we had to do a lot of partnering with other organizations at the university, upper administration. So I was on the provost council, or met with, different members on all the different aspects of the university, because distance learning was really growing at that point, and was becoming more integrated with sort of the efforts that we had there.
What actually was your educational degree at Virginia Tech?
Oh, I have a bachelor's in physics, and I have a master's in education, instructional design. So,
Interesting. And then you ventured off and you have your own business now.
yeah.
What is that?
Blacksburg Bagels. So I've always liked to make things, and when you can make things like bread, you get to keep making it every day. So it's just been a great way to become more engaged with the community through the farmers markets, and now that we have our shop. I never had that level of connection before. It's been really special.
So it's a people business. Now, I know you got this t-shirt with a cat and you have this
Yeah.
little kneading thing going
Yeah.
on. What is that about?
Yeah, that was something that one of a family member came up with, a lot of like the dad jokes, right? All the puns. That Blacksburg Kneads Change.
Okay.
And it is interesting because I was thinking about it more, and like, what does knead in the bread sense mean? And when you're kneading something, you're making it stronger, and you're moving towards a goal. But it's not just you snap your fingers and it happens. It takes time, it takes space, it takes patience, and it takes a lot of knowledge to be able to do it right.
Kind of like running a town.
Kind of like a lot of things, yeah.
Yeah. So, since you're running for mayor, I live in the community and I need to know more about you. So what basically is your platform that you're running on? What are you about?
Yeah. So I think the first thing is really transparent and informed decision making. So being able to communicate with folks, get the information, and then be clear about why you're making the decisions that you are. Another thing is incremental growth. We all know that we're going to have to grow as a town and as a community, but to be able to do that in stages so that you can make adjustments along the way is really important. And that's something that I really valued in the growth of my own business.
So here's
And-
a good question to
Sure.
add on to that. So as we look at how the town's running now, what's a positive thing you've observed that the town has done that you might continue, that you feel comfortable with?
This town is outstanding at supporting small businesses. Like, we've seen chains come and go, but small businesses have been actively supported by the year-round residents, by the students, by the other businesses in town. There's a real sense of community among business leaders in this town, and we support small businesses very well here.
Okay, if you were to pick, let's say, one item that you would jump on right away to help the town improve, what might that be? Where are you coming from?
Oh gosh, I just recently learned that you can put in town code requirements for vacant buildings to meet different. What's the right word? You can put penalties on people who keep buildings vacant.
Okay.
I think that's a big issue in this town, is that people are, it's like speculative property management or property ownership, where we have commercial buildings not being used, we have homes not being used, people are just buying them, holding on to them,
Okay.
and using them like an investment. And we can stop that.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to be very direct with you. It's been brought to my attention that your opponent has had more years of experience since he has been on the council for about a decade.
Mm-hmm.
How does that sit with you? What do you see your strengths are in that regard?
So I think I have specific leadership experience, community engagement, both with the neighborhoods, with the people, and with the university. And that's something that hardly anyone has. And I think it's important to have that perspective so that you can know where people are coming from and help make those decisions, and also have some credibility when you walk into the room and want to have a conversation.
Okay, good. Are you excited how people are receiving you, that you're running for mayor?
Yeah.
Has that caught you off guard, or
Yes,
how do you feel about
absolutely. No, it's funny because I just at my bakery, I'm always amazed at how excited people are to come into my shop and to support me, and that I am there. And it's not just me, it's my whole team, and it's the fact that this town wants a bakery is just wonderful. And for them to then say, and I also think you'd be a great mayor, just, it's surprising, and it really helps me.
And
Yeah.
you find yourself very motivated.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's
Absolutely.
getting more and more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I had someone ask this question, very sensitive to the word empathy. What role do you think empathy plays in making a good mayor? Do we need to have empathy? How do you feel about that?
Absolutely. I mean, I think the mayor is supposed to represent the community. There's going to be times where only one person can get into the room, and that person a lot of times is going to be the mayor. And you need to know that when that individual goes into the room, that they're speaking for everyone, and they're not just doing what's best for everyone, but they're really doing what the community wants or supports or at least respects. And that really can't happen unless you're taking the time to put your heart into other people's chests and
Good.
feel what they feel.
Yeah. You're making me think of another important thought. A lot of people do not come to town meetings unless there's maybe a concern or maybe once in a while something positive, but how would you make yourself more visible that you might engage the community to participate more in a town council meeting and really know what you folks are all doing?
Right. I think there's a lot of meetings that happen in the town, and there's only a small handful that are recorded and broadcast out. I think you made an excellent point. Like, if you're interested in a specific thing, you may only be interested in one piece of a meeting. So you're not going to go and sit through the entire thing, but you want to know what that one piece is. And I think we have the tools to be able to provide that and have had those tools to be able to do it. It's just a matter of flipping the switch.
Yeah. I want to talk about Virginia Tech a little bit. First off, I remember on one of our talks, you made a point to say that the town might want to schedule more activities when the students are here.
Yeah.
So they can feel more part of a community.
Right.
I like that you had that on your mind. So what does
Sure.
that mean to you?
I think, the students do not feel like they're included in the town or even wanted by the town sometimes. And by the town, I mean the year-round residents or the leadership, sort of the town that represents those folks. So we need to have events or situations that welcome them and solicit them to become a part of the town.
Even like stepping out. That's
Yeah.
a biggie. They're not even here.
Right, they're not, and a lot of those things, solstice, stepping out, 4th of July parade,
Yep.
that's a seasonal thing. You
Right.
can't necessarily do that. So you can't just wait for it to happen. You have to be proactive and choose things that are going to make that happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that leads me into a big question a lot of people ask is, how can we have synergy with the town of Virginia Tech, Blacksburg, the Board of Visitors?
Mhm.
It's opportunities to work together, but
Right.
seems that needs to improve. How do you feel about that as our last question?
Sure. I think that it can happen if you have the right conversations and you walk into a room understanding that you don't know everything and you need to have those conversations to learn. So it's a matter of showing to those different groups and to the different types of people that you welcome learning from them and about them so that we can all make decisions better.
So do
together.
you see more engagement with all parties together working on a same positive vision?
I think it's such a large group that we're not always going to have the same positive vision, but there's opportunities for us to all collaborate on the things that are most important to us and support things in parallel as opposed to all in one line.
Yeah, so as we finish up, what would you like to say to the person that doesn't really know Pete? A highlight of who you are or how important it is to run for mayor for this lovely little town.
I want folks to know that I'm not doing this just because I want another job. I'm doing this because I've come to know so many different kinds of people in my work at the bakery. And I see so many people who want to reach out and be a part of a community. And we need to foster that and provide more opportunities so that can happen.
Okay.
And
Good.
I hope that I can be someone who can do that.
So how can people learn more about you? Do you have a website?
Yeah.
And what
Yeah.
might that be?
It's PeteMacedo.com, and you can go there. We've got our platform on there. We have opportunities for you to learn about the events that we're having. We do every other week we're doing popsicles in the park during the summer, so you can come out to that. And you can also just send us a message and we'll set up meetings
So
and things like that. as
A
well.
community member could write a question and you would see it and
Absolutely.
respond. So,
Yes. Yeah.
well, we're excited that you're running for mayor
Yeah.
and thank you for your time.
Yeah. Thank
Good
you.
job.
Good
Yep.
seeing you.